Hello everyone on YouTube, it's me, Spooky Memphis, back at you with our Pokemon Uranium Nuzlocke challenge. Today is the 6th episode, and it's time for me to take on the 3rd gym. Joining us always is Alter Memphis. Hello my beautiful boys and girls, welcome to another day of Pokemons. And Sir Memphis, of course. Greetings my noble lords and ladies. It is very unusual to be introduced by a goblin, but here I am, prepared to do battle once more. Well, it's actually me doing the battling today, and I did want to ask, why is this house on fire? Well, you see, the trainer inside wanted to trade Asa Smiles for a Pokemon we could have already had. Therefore, she was clearly a witch and needed to be burned at the stake. Okay, well, regardless, it does look like you did manage to train the Pokemon up today, Sir Memphis. Everyone's level 25, except Chewy, who's level 26, so good job, I guess. Indeed, it was quite a good job indeed. I will give it to you, Sir Memphis. You did actually manage to do the grinding without any griping. Did you find it easy? Well, I will not deny it was a bit of a slog. Not too many powerful opponents around here, and I did have to travel across the region to battle trainers we'd already fought before. But it did work out. Well, it's good to know that you understand what I have to go through every week with our grinding. But today, we are going to be going through this cave and heading north. Let me pull up the map to show. So we're going to go through Rockfell Tunnel to the Tandoor Sheets and finally into Bealbeach City, so we could challenge the gym leader. We're probably going to skip a lot of that sort of thing. Mostly want to focus on the gym. True, but let's go ahead and catch ourselves a sweet new encounter right here. Well, it looks like we're getting Barul after all. This is actually a pretty solid Pokemon, and a good thing to have in reserve, so long as we can catch it without killing it. Oh! Lily Goblin, how did you know that that would work? Well, I made an assumption that Barul would have the sturdy ability, and it looks like I was right. Was that? No, of course not. Of course, a lowly goblin couldn't have had divine providence. Of course not. That would have been ridiculous. Ridiculous indeed. However, while we are catching this Pokemon, I do wish to briefly mention that there was a cave to the east that we could also catch a Pokemon in, I would assume. We should probably go get that before we advance too far. That sounds like a good plan. Spooky, what do you plan to name this Barul? Well, that's a good question. So, in Memphis's original playthrough, he called this Pokemon Bombshell. So, I think I'm just going to call this Pokemon Bombshell the Third, in reference to that. A nice little callback there. So, let's go ahead, check out that Pokemon, and catch this other encounter. Oh man, we could have had a Gligar. That would have been pretty damn sweet too. Now let's show that Lady Josephine is the best bird on the team. Of course Lady Josephine is the greatest of birds of all. What, of course? Why would you say such a thing? No wonder you're the worst trainer here. Well, actually, Sir Memphis, we can finally answer that one. Last episode we put up a poll on the channel asking people what they thought about who amongst us was the finest trainer. And I actually have the results here. With 9 whole votes, it looks like your boy Alter is the best trainer, followed by Spooky, followed by Sir Memphis. Pardon! Oh, look at how that's gonna go right there, sir. All of this really proves is that the viewers here, the peasantry, are clearly not knowing anything about Pokemon trainers. I have not lost a single Pokemon, therefore, I'm clearly better than the lowly goblin is. Right, well keep telling yourself that, as I am going to go ahead into Comet Cave here and see if there's any Pokemon around that we can capture. It looks like a Comite. I don't feel that this one has sturdy, so I'm going to have to be a lot more careful capturing this one. Yeah, I cannot imagine it's going to be easy. Also, when did Sir Smiles learn Bulk Up? Well, whilst I was traversing back and forth in my quest to train our Pokemon, I discovered this device that would allow us to teach our Pokemon this ability to increase offense and defense. I figured it would be good on Sir Smiles, as their whole thing is hitting opponents hard and fast. Not a terrible idea. Oh, I guess Comet Cave is already somewhere we have been. I guess this place must be connected to the other cave system we were in. Well, excuse me if I wasn't paying attention to the name of the place we were in. One cave is named the same as any other. Who even cares? Well, no other Pokemon here, but that's okay. Because we still have an encounter on Route 7, and with any luck it'll be another nice addition to the team. It's not like it's a big deal if we don't catch a Pokemon here or anything. You're only saying that to spite me, you lowly goblin. You will not... You were only lucky when you were able to catch the Pokemon before. That was the only luck you'll have today, as once you are defeated in the gym, you are out, and our new team member will be in. What new team member? Good lord, you did not invite Crazy Memphis into our Discord call, did you? No, of course not. I simply told the little laughing man that when the goblin loses against the Castellan of the third gym, then the goblin shall be ousted, and of course the laughing man will be in here. Why are the both of you looking at me like that? You could have literally asked any sentient creature. Any at all. You asked him. Well, why not? I should probably train against all these trainers that I can. Well, Chewy is definitely going to be our most important Pokemon in the gym. We can't neglect the other members of our team. So I'm going to have Necro go out front here. And we're going to see how this is going to go. We'll see. I mean, Necro seems to be the most... I don't know. I just feel like Necro might be the most fragile member of the party at the moment, but it's hard to say. Truly, in grinding, Sir Necro did take quite a few large hits against other trainers. So I will not deny that he doth have some weakness. However, he more than makes up for it for how much damage that he can deal. But of course, my compatriot and goblin, we must ask ourselves the question of the day. We must know what the people at home think. We must keep them invested in our adventures. So what do we ask them for today? I think we keep things nice and simple for this episode, and we'll just ask ourselves, what is our favorite type of Pokemon for starting out? Or what is our go-to? Myself, I am of course the fire type trainer user. I love myself some fire Pokemon, burning with a brilliant passion, laying waste to my foes. I kind of like the grass Pokemon. You know, they're very versatile, and they got a lot of... they look really cool and nice, calming kind of feeling to themselves. Thou art both foolish. Of course, the water-type Pokemon is the most versatile of them all and is able to defeat far more enemies than either of yours are capable of doing. Therefore, water is the best. Don't ask me why we're not using a water Pokemon, but is what it is. Well, there you go, everybody at home. Let us know in the poll that we're going to be posting or the comment section below. What is your go-to starting Pokemon? Do you like the fire, the water, or the grass? We would love to know. I'm going to go ahead and switch Pokemon for a little bit, and hopefully that will be good. I do need to catch a Pokemon, but I also need to battle the trainers, which is a difficult part of all this. I'm actually not sure where the Pokemon would be in this area. Do they just show up on the land, or how does that actually work? I'm not certain, but it's good that we found somewhere where we can rest. You, madam, are of course a fine lady, here to offer aid to weary travelers. And look, she had 3 beds, one for each of us. Alright, well, I'm just going to go ahead and go ahead for now. And I'm not sure what this person is trying to tell me, but I think they want to have a Pokemon battle. I think this is one of those Gen Z kids, and I hate them immeasurably. But they have a Barond, and Barond can hit really damn hard, so be careful, man. I'm going to be cautious about this fight and use Feather Dance. I think this Pokemon is more physically inclined, and that does seem to confirm that. So, now that it's been weakened, I can use Air Cutter to take it out. How did you know that you would have the critical hit? How? Oh, Okay, anyway, so Josephine takes that first Pokemon out with a very nice hit. Can she do it again is the question. Well, it looks like she's not going to get 2 critical hits in a row. And we do know Full Lunge as we have one, so it makes sense. We know how tough they are. And we'll get ourselves another number in case we ever need to train more Pokemon. Well, looks like our encounter's here. It's a Kokoran. I guess it's kind of neat. What on earth is it supposed to be? Is it a crab? It's a crab with a slug or something? I think it's meant to be a hermit crab. Let me think. What type would it be? I mean, it's definitely grass. You can see the little grass bits on it, but it's definitely not a water type Pokemon, I would say. Maybe it's, I don't know, ground? Grounding grass? We'll find out. This shouldn't take it out. But it does know water moves, so a ground grass Pokemon that can know water moves sounds like a really good Pokemon. I'm going to make sure that I catch this Pokemon in this nice Great Ball here. But it seems that thou failed to catch the Pokemon in a single throw. Are we really having a ball measuring contest here? Yeah, I'll just throw an Ultra Ball at it and, you know, keep using the legacy of Derp Dud to catch this Pokemon. Very well, Lonely Goblin, you've captured the Pokemon. What will you be naming it? Well, it is grass and ground, as we suspected. I was gonna call it Hermie, but it's a girl, so I guess that still kind of works. Now, seeing Lady Josephine level up quite a bit, I would wish to know when exactly is she due to evolve again. If she does evolve again, I would say the mid-30s, somewhere in that neighborhood. She evolved at, what, level 17, so I'd say no earlier than 34. That'll be quite a while indeed. However, our Carparetta dragon will be able to destroy this creature, for she learned Dragon's Rage, a move that always does the same amount of damage. That's right, Dragon Rage, most broken ability in a randomizer. Actually, Sir Alter, as you spoke of the randomizer, which I assume is another version of Pokemon, I wish to talk to you briefly about the next game we'll be playing. Why would you want to talk about the next game we're playing when we're still playing this one, my man? Well, of course, the Lonely Goblin's going to have all of our Pokemon dead by the end of the day, so we need to start talking about our next adventure. Wow, just great job with giving me some support there. Alright, well, barring whatever Sir Memphis you talk about, what did you have an idea for the next game? Well, I've heard of this game called Pokémon The Infinite Fusion, which is apparently a game where one forcibly makes their Pokemon breed with others to create horrific abominations. And I think it would be quite an interesting venture indeed. Actually, that's not a terrible idea, not the right way of describe that game, but I'd be fine with playing a randomizer of, you know, Pokemon Infinite Fusion, provided we can get a copy off old Necro that's not, like, full of bugs and stuff. Indeed, that is always the tricky thing. But regardless, let us continue to move forward and get to the next town already. Alright, well, having looked around, I think we're almost to the next town. This little ramp looks weird, spooky. You might want to hold... Oh! Our boy Theo! There he is! It looks like our rival is here to get the speech translator device that we got before. No, it seems he has one of his own, which is weird because we really don't use that item barring the one event. So, it seems that our boy might be here for another battle. Yeah, it looks like it's time for me to fight our rival again. Let's go ahead. I'm going to defeat him really easily. Indeed, our mighty dragon shall lay waste to everything that this small child has to offer. They can harden their defenses all they wish, but there will be nothing against our mighty dragon. I can't believe we live in a time Sir Memphis will root for the dragon. I am doing nothing of the sort. I'm simply stating that when our dragon wins, that it'll be even better when we destroy our dragon later. Okay? I'm not rooting for the dragon at all. Right, keep coping there, Sir Memphis. Anyway, Carparella's doing really good against Leo, as you would expect. And thankfully, we don't need to worry about how much damage we're doing thanks to Dragon Rage. Part of me wants to just use Carparella's physical attacks, because that's what she's best at. But honestly, Dragon Rage stops being useful the later in the game it becomes. So I'd like to use it as much as possible now. Nothing wrong with that, Spooky. And now Orchinks is on the board. What is your tactic here? I think I just have to hang on with Dragon Rage, because it is a steel type and it will resist any of my physical attacks right now. We really need to hope that Carparella can learn water physical move at some point, so that she can really show off her full potential. And once more, we have destroyed our rival with zero effort. Such a pathetic trainer needs to go back to the daycare. Okay, well, that's just what it is. And now Theo's going to run off to fight the gym leader in the next town, because I guess he already fought this one. Alright, well, I guess it's time for us to head to the gym and... Oh my goodness, we're being shot at. Oh my lord, where is that coming from? Boyd! Quick, Spooky, get us to the town! I'll keep you covered! What's going on? I think they've stopped. What on earth was that? It seems that we have made powerful enemies here in the Tandor region. Clearly, the Castellans are the last two defeated gyms, barring the one that died. They've hired enemies to face us in the most shadowy of manners. Therefore, we must keep our guard up. Oh man, this kind of stinks, because I saw a cave. There might have been another Pokemon I could get in there. Spooky, I'm going to keep up the shadow barrier. You get to that cave, so we can catch ourselves another Pokemon. Alright. I'm not sure if this place would count as a new area or not, but I guess we might as well give it a shot, right? Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, so let's see if you can even catch Castnail. Why don't you just chuck like a regular Pokeball at it and see what happens? Yeah, I think that's the smartest thing, rather than, like, I don't know, wasting our time and stuff. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is another area, and we can catch another Pokemon here, so I think that'll be good. He nearly caught it by simply throwing a regular Pokeball at it. What on earth is going on today? I mean, my boy Spooky just got that dog in him today, I guess. No, that's not possible. He's a loaded goblin, and clearly not the strongest of trainers on this team. Therefore, I don't believe it for a moment. Are you still hung up on the poll results thing? Silence, Goblin! Alrighty, well, it's really cool that we got ourselves another water-type Pokemon. Water and ground, it's like our own little Mudkip. Yeah, it kind of is. So you know what? I'm just gonna call this Pokemon Mudkip. Alright, I think that's enough grinding for now. I could have grinded a little bit more with Shadowfire and Sir Smiles, but honestly, they're not really going to do much in this gym unless it's an emergency, so I think we'll be okay. I think that's alright, Spooky, but just in case our editor cut out a lot for this episode, because we do want to focus on the gym, briefly, we'll go over what's happened today. We've caught ourselves a whole bunch of Pokemons, we have journeyed forth to Bealbeach City, someone took pot shots at us, and now here we are prepared to take on the gym. Yes, indeed, we also found many a valuable item to boost the power of our Pokemon in the future. Pokemon of the Steel and Fairy variety have a potential to have more power to them. But regardless, it is time for us to venture forth and defeat the gym, or more likely, the Goblin will get everyone destroyed, whichever happens first. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I made sure that Chewy will be front and center for this gym. I made sure she's a little lower level, although she did get some experience by accident. And that way she'll be able to take on the gym leader. Okay, maybe let's go talk to Kalen first. Ah, bloody hell, we have to do ourselves a side quest. Let's make this as quick as possible, Spooky. Cali, we wish to battle the gym, not to deal with whoever this is. Apparently our deceased mother wishes us to explore a power plant, which seems kind of dangerous, but maybe there's going to be another Pokemon here. Fine, let us explore this place very quickly before we get back to business. We have more important things to do here. I found the power plant. Get out of the way, Theo's dad. It's quite dark in here, and I hate it. Just ignore all these Pokemon, Spooky. We don't have time for this. Understood, Alter. I don't need to train these Pokemon at all, so I'm just gonna ignore everything. Why did this place have to be so huge? Finally! We got the stupid key. Can we please find whatever the hell we need in this stupid place and go? I'm so sick and tired of seeing these radiation Pokemon. Whatever the heck these numbers are, yeah. Sure. Okay, what's going on? Oh! It was a pitfall trap! We're under attack! Uh-oh, what is that? I do not I don't like the look of that!
Kill the intruder. Crush, destroy, kill.
That doesn't sound good. Let us smite this foul demon! That does not look good. That looks like a bad. Spooky, you better pull out all the stops for this thing. I'm certainly going to try here. Let's hit it with Flame Wheel and see how much damage it does. It does quite a bit of damage for not being very effective. You best be careful, Lowly Goblin. Yeah, I think I need to switch Pokemon. I think Carparella will be better for this fight. True, as well, the Intimidate ability will also weaken its offensive strength. Yeah, but now it's using Confuse Ray on us. Oh, no. Don't worry, Alter. I got this. I have a Citrus Berry on our Carparella, so even if she does take any significant damage, he'll heal from it. I hope you're right, Spooky. Come on, Carparella, yeah! Take that thing down! Alright, well, with any luck, the Confuse Ray will stop working now, and we should be able to take care of this Pokemon. Can we catch this Pokemon, actually? You saw all the Pokemon here. I don't think you can. Besides, we don't need this creature, so simply destroy it. Excellent job, Spooky. Nice work under pressure. That Confuse Ray could have been a problem, but thankfully, you took care of that Pokemon pretty well. What happened? I think we passed out from radiation poisoning. I have felt this before, but I don't remember where. Anyway, it seems that we're back out of that place. Can we please fight Jim now? Yes, please, Spooky. We need to get Jim badge. Alright, Spooky. It's time for us to see what you got, my brother. It seems that this gym has a lot of staircases for some reason. Yeah, it's kind of a weird design, but I'm going to lead with Chewy here so that she can start beating up the trainers in this gym, and hopefully that will be enough for her to level up. Seems like a solid plan, my man. Wait, are you telling me you didn't grind our Pokemon solely because you planned to grind here? That implies you had strategy coming into this. Goblins cannot strategize at all. Well, I've never been a goblin, and I don't plan to be. I'm going to take down this Kokoran with 2 hits. It did happen to have, well, actually I don't even think it had sturdy, but it doesn't matter either way. Chewy will be able to take it out in 2 hits, and no problems with the first gym trainer. We also need to make sure that Chewy doesn't become too powerful, so what are you going to do about Polarog here? Well, that's the tricky thing. I think I should switch here, because while I don't think Chewy would lose to Polarog, it does have Poison, and I know that Poison is super effective against Fairy Pokemon, so I'm just going to have Carparella use 2 Dragon Rages, and that should be enough to take down this frog. Seems like a solid strategy. It's a silence goblin. But thankfully, Necro's got a Dark Attack for this Braylip, so with any luck, it'll be a one-shot wonder. Unfortunately, Necro isn't quite as strong as we'd like him to be. Okay, let's get our boy out of there. That was a close one. Truly, it was almost time for me to win the wager. But regardless, I am somewhat glad that Sir Necro is not dead. Yeah, I think that I'll send out Lady Josephine for this one. She needs to get a little experience herself. So, yeah, Air Cutter should take care of this Braylip. It was kind of close with Necro there, but thankfully, he is still alive. I do kind of feel that Necro takes a lot of damage. His special defense really isn't that high, so honestly, this could be a sign that Necro won't be a part of the party for too much longer. Say nothing of the sort! Sir Necro has been a most valued member of this team. You cannot simply oust him because of one misplay here. Seneca will never die! He is a proud and noble warrior! Alright, well, that aside, I think we're almost to the gym leader. I don't need to really heal up or anything, although I am kind of thinking about, you know, fighting those other trainers, but I think we're okay. So, yeah, should I start with Chewy, or should I go for other Pokemon? I think we just lead with Chewy and go from there, my man. I mean, Chewy is our goated member and basically made for this gym, so here you go, Spooky. This is your moment. Win, and you will never be called a Goblin again, and if you lose, well, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, let's go into this.
Oh my Arceus, here comes another group of horny tourists here to get on my nerves.
No, actually, we're just here for the gym fight, actually.
Wait, so you guys aren't just here to stare at me?
Why on earth would we wish to stare at you? You're a vile woman in charge of this gym, upon which propagates the rules of this malignant Tandor region, which does not serve the Cali Kingdom. Yeah, well, whatever he just said. Anyway, we just want to have a gym fight with our buddy Spooky here. Hello, I'm here for the gym fight, please.
Oh my sweet boy, of course I'll battle you. You're the first actual trainer to come in here in months, but don't believe for a second that I'll pull any punches.
Alright, dial in, Spooky. Cali means business. Alright, I think I'm all prepared. Chewy can take down a Tubjaw we already saw before. So, I'm going to go ahead and do as I did before and use Giga Drain. 2 uses of that should be enough to take down this Pokemon. It's a shame that thou did not go back to the Pokemon Center to heal our Pokemon before the battle. I mean, I thought about doing that, but I also felt like it would be more of a challenge if I didn't do that. Spooky is trying to make things more difficult for himself, I see. Well, thankfully, I think he'll be okay regardless. I'm thinking of what I want to do here. He's going to switch into a Braylip, which, it's okay, I think. I'm just going to go ahead and use a different move anyway. And this will be tricky now that I'm low on Giga Drains, I suppose, but I still think that Chewy could do with this. Possibly, but at the same time, that Giga Drain is our best move for this gym. You need to have been more conservative with those, Spooky. Should have gone to the Pokemon Center, even though it's a nice little flex, but no, this could be tricky. I don't see anything tricky about it, Alter. I have defeated Braylip using the Draining Kiss attack. Chewy's ultimate strength lies in her ability to keep herself alive, no matter what Pokemon she's up against. With 2 stab moves that also heal herself, she's able to keep going where other Pokemon might not be able to. How is it possible that you're actually winning this gym? It's impossible, I tell you! Why would you say that? Because he's a lonely goblin! He's an enemy of the Cali Kingdom, and he must be smited immediately! Sir Mavis, I think you're taking this bet thing a little bit too seriously now. No, you fool! Don't you see? He is a vile traitor and must be put down! Hold him down, Alto! I will smite him myself! Okay, Spooky, you need to focus on the gym. I am going to deal with whatever the hell is going on with Sir Memphis. Sounds good. Anyway, I'm not going to learn Helping Hand, because while it is a good move in double battles, maybe, it's not a good one for this playthrough. And now we're on to her last Pokemon, which is a Carlam, which we already know from experience is a grass and ground Pokemon. So I'll use Struggle Bug in an effort to weaken it, as well as lowering its special attack. That way, we should be able to take this Pokemon down without too many problems. Are you two having fun back there? Don't worry about me, I'm good, just finish off the Pokemon now. Lonely Goblin! How? This is impossible! Only by the will of God above and the King Karibo of the Cali Kingdom could someone so easily best a gym! Yeah, that wasn't really that difficult. To be honest though, I wish we hadn't leveled up, but it's neither here nor there. Alright, everybody, it looks like we got ourselves the time badge, and we got water pulse to boot. Good job, Spooky. I knew I could do it. I mean, to be fair, you know, Chewy was really good against this gym, but I'm glad I was able to take care of it either way. How is this possible? How could you have bested the gym? You are nothing. Okay, Sir Memphis, you need to really calm down, my man. You sound like you're about to have a panic attack.